If you don't work, you can't eat. That's one of the texts a church leader allegedly sent his call center workers, according to some new court documents we were able to obtain. Two church leaders face federal charges for money laundering and also forced labor. New text messages reveal shocking working conditions for those who worked at call centers for Kingdom of God Global Church. We're talking about some really serious allegations, like people not being allowed to eat or sleep. Let's go to Noelle Friel. She is live from Taylor outside of the church building to break down these texts and what we've learned today. Noelle, this is disturbing.
It is, Karen. It really is. We're digging deeper into the indictment against the church leader, David Taylor. These text messages that were allegedly sent by Taylor to church members show him threatening to take away food from call center workers for not raising enough in donations. One message reads, quote, "Nobody gets lunch or dinner. We're going to grab hours. Make sure no one eats until these numbers change." Another says, quote, "This ruthless boot camp is going to get worse and worse until they do what we are telling them. There will only be soup, bread, and water for these degenerates every day." We heard from advocates with Sanctum House, a sanctuary in Metro Detroit for survivors of human trafficking. Executive Director Karen Moore says victims are lured into this kind of trafficking over time, often by people they trust.
I'm clowning this.
It was their church leader.
I'm clowning this.
It's a personal relationship. It's not the snatch and grab like you see in some movies. It's a slow building process.
Get my money up.
For over 300 victims that we've served since we have opened, they've all gone willingly into the relationship.
And Karen, as we've learned, these call centers raised millions that allegedly Taylor used to fund his own luxury lifestyle. We'll have much more on this coming up tonight at 5.
Okay, so Noel, I got a question for you, because I know going through those documents, we were learning a little bit more about the victims. Apparently, they were told to give some fake stories in order to get donations over the phone. What do you know about that?
Yeah, that's right. According to this indictment, those victims were told to tell donors that their money would be going toward building wells in impoverished communities, and ironically, to support victims of human trafficking when these victims themselves were being trafficked.
All right, thanks, Noel. We appreciate it. By the way, you can find details of those text messages.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Let me do this first, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is amazing. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I didn't really I just got in probably like 15 minutes ago, man. So I threw this thing together. And I figure I'll put something together where I can just laugh at some folks. But I definitely appreciate that. I got a $20 donation. I'm gonna get to you in 1 second. I just want to just add this thing in here. And I definitely appreciate it, man. That's what happens when you got why is this doing this, man? Why? Got all these windows open. Got all these windows open. So You don't have permission? What the fuck, man? Channel dashboard. I feel like I want to talk about these dudes tonight because um uh it really is amazing to look at life today in 2025 and have individuals the way, you know, there are some of us that take pride in and how we do business, and we bring business to this YouTube and social media platform. Even when we engage in people, like I tell you, I have no problem with you know, I have no problem with two things. I have no problem with agreeing with my secretary to not help somebody. That's number one. Also, I have no problem with blocking people. I'm the only one you'll ever see in social media that say keep your fucking money. I'm not going to sit up here and scam nobody out of their money. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. I live a great life, man, and I'm not sitting in nobody's prison for no money. I just don't get it. I don't get it, and I never will. I never will. I know, you know, you got individuals that I guess they don't have a skill set to bring to market. What I always tell individuals is always have a skill set to bring to market, so you don't have to be one of them individuals out there scamming. You know, have a skill set to bring to market. So I'm gonna just drop this live on you guys tonight, and because I was when I was driving around today, I seen people talking about this cat, and I truly find it amazing. I really do. I find it amazing that people, the things that they say and things that they do to jack people for money. I find it amazing. All right. So what's up, my man? I got my man Deshaun. He's up in here. I got my man Deshaun up in here. He says salute to Chris and then the viewers this evening. Salute to you, my man. I appreciate that $20 contribution. I really do. I got my man Fax up in here. He's up in here. So what's going on? So I want to talk about this David Taylor cat. I want to talk about him. And I'm just throwing shit together tonight. Let's be clear. All right, I'm just throwing shit together tonight. I'm just you know, I didn't clock in last night. I was all sick. Honestly, I was sick all day. I just start feeling good about 7 o'clock this evening. I messed around yesterday, and I drank three of these. And within 20 minutes, man, and I got that sugar. I had got a sugar craving, a sugar headache. I knew the second the headache came on, I knew it was from sugar. So I stopped drinking them. I went into my keto diet today. I was out of it all day. Headache, migraine headache. So I'm not gonna be drinking those no more. I'm getting back on my keto diet. Went and brought 4 dozen of eggs. I went and brought 4 packs of Wahlburgers. I'm getting back on my health eating. I'm just not doing it no more. I thank God I don't got a bloated face and my skin ain't all jacked up from drinking them. I mean, they're good. They're ginger beers, you know, naturally flavored. They're ginger beers, but, you know, 10 o'clock at night, 9, 10 o'clock at night, I'm taking in 100 grams of carbs. That's a lot of sugar. Not good for you. So I ended up doing it yesterday, last night, and just got this head. As soon as I drank the last one, I knew what it was from, like I said. So wasn't feeling good all day. Didn't answer the phone, nothing. Was just in bed. All right, I want to talk about what's going on tonight, what I see with Dr. Umar Johnson and a lot of individuals that are running these give me donation campaigns. First and foremost, I want to say I don't blame. No, I don't listen. The term is you get it how you get it. Whatever it is you feel as though you worth. You want to sit up there, Dr. Umar Johnson. His bank accounts are frozen. Listen. As time go on and new things are born, like in the last 5 years, this online thing it's exploded. The podcast world has exploded, and because the podcast world has exploded, people have been getting on social media and bringing their shenanigans to social media, bringing their XYZ. You got to donate. I got a joke when I donate. I say, hey, listen, I charge $1 to watch my live streams. However, you can waive that fee, this and all that. I appreciate a donation when I get it. My man Deshaun always donate to the movement. I'm gonna salute that guy, and I appreciate it. Quite frankly, in my head, I say, wow, I definitely appreciate it. I'm always appreciative. Last Saturday, I played scratch offs. I won $200. This Saturday, I played scratch offs. I won $60. I play scratch offs. It's a game to me. And I just look, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna just do this. And I will never understand individuals bribing people out of money. So this guy, I'm gonna play this clip for. I'm gonna play this clip for y'all again, and I want y'all to listen to this man of God who had a call center. I mean, there's individuals that say, I'm gonna get this money, and I don't know what's I swear to God, I don't know what. Listen, before I play this clip, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Rather than live in America, a place where individuals think that they always got to be showing the world that they got a Bentley, they always got to be showing the world they got jewelry. I'd rather move to Panama in a small bungalow that'll cost me $500 a month, that my whole living expenses will only cost me $1,100 to $1,200 a month. I'd rather do that than think I'm gonna live in America and you just can't afford it. And what you want to do is you want to have everybody thinking you balling out of control. I don't do, like I tell people, I don't live for society. I live for life. I don't live for society. I don't live for none of that. I don't live. This is why I'm the only one on social media. I don't get no pussy bragging about it. Whatever you think is fly, this and all that, it doesn't compare to life. It does not compare to success in life. If an individual think that they're gonna, like Dr. Umar Johnson, he's bigger than, I don't know if he's bigger than Pastor David Taylor. I don't know what's going on. My man Fax says salute to you too, my brother. I ain't see that, my fault. But when these individuals get up here and they say, I need a donation, I'm gonna tell you what goes on in the mind of these people that take donations, and then I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip. What goes on in the mind and the people that get donations is it's not taxable money. I'm a 301c. They come up with all these narratives in their head. Dr. Umar Johnson, in the last 5 years, he said 2 years he didn't get not $1 in donation. Brother, that's a lie. And then once somebody donate $1 to you and say this is for the school, that's fraud. You just committed a crime. That's how easy it is to cross the line. There are individuals living in life today that think, that in jail rather, that thought they would never be in jail. Never thought that they would be in jail. But they created a lifestyle minus the law breaking, executed it, and said it ain't. I'm not breaking the law because I'm not working for this, and I'm not. It's just donations, bruh. You got online and you told people make donations for my school, and then for 2 years you're gonna say nobody gave you $1, and you're wondering why the feds froze your accounts, both business and personal. I'm gonna play this, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna play this.
Sent his call center workers, according to some new court documents we were able to obtain. 2 church leaders face federal charges for money laundering and also forced labor. New text messages reveal shocking working conditions for those who worked at call centers for Kingdom of God Global Church. We're talking about some really serious allegations, like people not being allowed to eat or sleep. Let's go to Noelle Friel. She is live from Taylor outside of the church building to break down these texts and what we've learned today. Noelle, this is disturbing.
It is, Karen. It really is. We're digging deeper into the indictment against the church leader, David Taylor. These text messages that were allegedly sent by Taylor to church members show him threatening to take away food from call center workers for not raising enough in donations. One message reads, quote, "Nobody gets lunch or dinner. You're going to press for another 5 hours. Make sure no one eats until these numbers change." Another says, quote, "This ruthless boot camp is going to get worse and worse until they do what we are telling them. There will only be soup, bread, and water for these degenerates every day." We heard from advocates with Sanctum House, a sanctuary in Metro Detroit for survivors of human trafficking. Executive Director Karen Moore says victims are lured into this kind of trafficking over time, often by people they trust. In this case, it was their church leader.
It's a personal relationship.
Appreciate that, Rock Fresh. My salute.
Like you see in some movies. It's a slow grooming process. And for over 300 victims that we've served since we have opened, they've all gone willingly into the relationship.
And Karen, as we've learned, these call centers raised millions that allegedly Taylor used to fund his own luxury lifestyle. We'll have much more on this coming up tonight at 5.
Okay, so Noel, I got a question for you because I know going through those documents, we were learning a little bit more about the victims. Apparently, they were told to give some fake stories in order to get donations over the phone. What do you know about that?
Yeah, that's right. According to this indictment, those victims were told to tell donors that their money would be going toward building wells in impoverished communities, and ironically, to support victims of human trafficking when these victims themselves were being trafficked.
All right, thanks, Noel. We appreciate it. By the way, you can find details of those texts.
Wow. Ain't that something? So you got a job, you make $100,000 a year, you're living. This guy get millions donated them to him every year, and still in 2025, he's at the point where he's telling people lies and everything to get more money. I find it unbelievable. There was some more stuff about this dude. There's some more stuff about this dude. And
we have to talk about Dr. Umar.
There's some more stuff about this dude. Tasha K had it. And I want y'all to listen to this dude. I want y'all to listen to some of the words of Mr. Pastor David Taylor. I want y'all to listen to this. I want y'all to listen to this man say, we got some heavy hitters out there. You saved up 200,000. Don't be greedy.
Watching me tonight, there's some people that can give 200,000, 300,000. They can give 50,000, 20,000. They had it saved up. But God, that's a stingy spirit on. There's a spirit of fear. So I break that spirit of stinginess. Some of you are just giving maybe a little money, $10 here, 20, when you know you have thousands of dollars. He says the 400 million will include having a campus, a main campus on there, outdoor televisions, these massive screens that will stand 25 foot in the air high.
Many unbearable hours later.
Also breaking at noon, 2 pastors now facing federal charges in a $50 million labor and money laundering scandal linked to a Houston ministry. An active investigation is happening at the Joshua Media Ministries International, which is according to the 10-count federal indictment. Taylor and Brannon allegedly forced followers to work in their call centers for little or no pay, pressuring them to meet high donation quotas. Victims allegedly lived in ministry housing or even slept at the call centers with their movements strictly controlled. Prosecutors allege Taylor, who called himself an apostle, required some followers called armor bearers to serve him around the clock. They were allegedly tasked with transporting women to him, some of whom were told to take emergency contraceptives.
These Hotep hustlers.
Wow. I'm clowning them. I'm gonna tell y'all one time about when an individual, I had a legal aid company helping veterans. I was proud of the business. I'm before the year's out, I'm gonna open the company back up, because one thing I can tell you is that helping veterans, I've never had a complaint. I never had one complaint. The only complaint that I did have wasn't from the veteran. It was from his wife. And this woman filed a complaint on me, and they tried to bring me up on practicing law without a license. This is why when y'all hear me say we block people, this is why when y'all hear me say, the week before last, individual paid us our $500 retainer. And then he didn't want to pay to have us mail out his motions. Closed his account, sent him his money back. I'm not simple. I can go through my PayPal and say, "Yep, sent him his money back. Yep, sent his money back." This right here, this person right here paid me a retainer. I asked him, "Who was it for?" I said, "You got 3 days. Who is this for?" They ain't tell me who it was for. Sent it back. And then the dude, "Hey man, my daughter paid for me. My daughter paid for me, man. I told your daughter that she had to go. I told you to tell your daughter she had to go back on PayPal and say who this funds was for, to include your email and your phone number, because that's how we communicate with you. So every time I log the calls and we book times and all that, this and all that, I'm not gonna have her information there. I'm gonna have yours." She never went back, ever. Sent her money back. People, I have no interest in frauding anybody. If there's anybody that don't think they've been watching me, I give them just enough to know. No, I'm still the same. I'm still not. Ain't no. I paid him and he ain't did nothing for me. Ain't none of those in the books. Ain't none of those. He said this and he said that in this one video, and then no sir. I'm gonna put the on that. I'll put the on that, bitch. It's not happening. I'm not. Listen, I do not understand why individuals do what they do for money. The only time you should do something wrong, to me, is when you're protecting yourself. I'm gonna get you to go on out of there if you try to mess with me. You try to take my life. Other than that, bro, I'm not sitting down here advising or planning to scam nobody. It's not happening. Not happening. I'm not understanding. What. And like I said, listening to all the stuff about Mr. David Taylor, the pastor, apostle, listening to him, he didn't realize he crossed the line. Telling his workers, y'all need to make this money. Telling his workers, y'all not going home. I'm not paying y'all. I mean, I'm not feeding y'all until y'all get y'all donations up. Lie to them. Can't do that, Slick. Can't do that. Can't do that. Do you know the definition of money laundering is taking money and doing something with it that you wasn't supposed to, that you didn't receive the money under those terms. And if they wired it to you, then that's wire fraud. They can attach all these things up to it. This is why it don't pay to sit up here and have a business, do something, and then try to say, oh no. Listen, if you got slick customers, just get rid of them. Get rid of them. Tell them, no, bro. After this thing here, we don't want to deal with you. We tell that to like 5 people a month. Yeah, listen here, man. That retainer that you give us every month, listen, after this month, go and keep that, bro. We don't want to deal with you. Proud of that. Proud of it. Proud of it. As I sit here with my $5.97 glasses on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I keep it mixed up. I keep it .jiggy. I do. But I don't feel sorry for this individual. The other pastor that is in this thing, got caught up in this thing, says, hey, listen, I got a congregation in Atlanta. I want you to file me there. No, that's not how this works. You know, women are something else. Women think they can eeny, meeny, miny, mo, where they gonna, they think they can eeny, meeny, miny, mo, how the punishment comes. It's not how that works. It's not how that works.
Cameras aren't allowed in federal court, but I was inside the courtroom as Michelle Brannon told a judge that she has an attorney in Michigan where her church is based. And
Michelle Brannon is the other jiggy chick that was with David Taylor.
She wants her case heard there. Investigators say Brannon is executive director of the Kingdom of God Global Church. She and the church's leader, David Taylor, are charged with forced labor and money laundering conspiracy after a series of FBI raids in multiple states. The indictment says they raised $50 million in the last decade by forcing followers to work in call centers without
you hear that?
pay. And
you hear that? They're going back a whole decade. Oh, that's a lot of ass hurt. Boy, when the feds go back on you 10 years, that's a lot of ass hurt. Boy, that's a lot of ass hurt. And then she trying to separate herself. He said, look, I got attorneys there. Can I get? No, she's trying to separate herself from this black dude. She said, I'm not down with him. Listen, run it back.
Cameras aren't allowed in federal court, but I was inside the courtroom as Michelle Brannon told a judge that she has an attorney in Michigan where her church is based, and she wants her case heard there. Investigators say Brannon is executive director of the Kingdom of God Global Church. She and the church's leader, David Taylor, are charged with forced labor and money laundering conspiracy after a series of FBI raids in multiple states. The indictment says they raised $50 million in the last decade by forcing followers to work in call centers without pay. And much of that money funded Taylor's lavish lifestyle. Brannon was arrested in Tampa, where the church owned this mansion in the Avila community. Meanwhile, Taylor will also be extradited to Michigan. That's where our Scripps News Group station in Detroit talked to a man named Ricky who defended the church and its leaders.
Why would you guys just do this to a ministry that's doing nothing but helping society, giving to society, giving back to the communities?
According to the indictment, Taylor calls himself the apostle and Jesus' best friend. He also claims to have talked directly to God. Gospel singer Vicky Yohe claims she was in a relationship with Taylor and was one of many people taken advantage of by the church.
I experienced firsthand the abuse, the lies, and the corruption of both of the individuals who were arrested today.
Kyle Taylor has been speaking out against the church since meeting some of its former members.
It was a lot of control, a lot of just terrible situations that was going on. It broke my heart to see people falling into this trap.
Boy, listen. People People, I can count. I'm not over 10, but I can count all the people. I remember all the people that I've hired in my life. I remember all the people that I hired. I probably in my life hired 8 women and well, a little over, about 8 women and 4 dudes. Twice in my office, I had 2 secretaries at one time. And no complaints. Y'all remember I forgot about her. In 2015, 16, my secretary, when I didn't have Lydia at the time, I had my secretary. She used to do videos with me. Well, I had Joy. I forgot about Joy. Joy was my co-host, but then my secretary for the League of Dads, I had a secretary. And no complaints. Every woman that worked for me had a bigger than the building. You hear me? Yeah, I want to come to work and look at a nice fat. Give me a second. I'm only human. But I never did that thing where it was some sex thing going on. The one that I used to work with the League of Dads in 2015, she used to hit on me all the time. All the time. I'm like, nope. I have a rule. When somebody works for you, when a female works for you, once you bang them, they don't work for you no more. Y'all partners. So we were never gonna do that. I don't think any women. I don't think the women that ever worked for me realize that I'm not sexing no woman I work with. If y'all ever see me with a co-host, or y'all ever see me with a woman, if y'all, Lydia, no, it's never happening. It's never gonna happen. I will tell you guys today on this 30th of August that I will always tell you, I will do nothing that I will regret. I will never engage in something that I'll regret. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to ever engage in something that's going to give somebody power over me. This is why when individuals, after they pay me and then they start thinking that they got power over me, I cancel them out, return their money. Go, you're going to appreciate me. My own mom, 2019, talked to me like trash. I'm helping her pay her bills. You don't want to went down to Social Security 3 years prior and wasn't making enough money to pay your rent and bills. I said, I will help you. 3.5 years later, you talking to me like a piece of really. It was nice knowing you. Haven't spoke to her since. That's how I am. It's a line with me. It's like a cut line. It's like a laser. My friends say, yo, man, you autistic. My friend Calvin, him and his wife be like, yo, man, you autistic, bro. You don't, boy, there's no, you just, yeah, cool. Whatever, I'll take it. But it's not happening. It's never going to be like that. A lot of individuals, they play these games and they think that everything is good. I'll just do it this one time. Remember, I told you about the other night when I have when my license was suspended. I didn't want to drive my car that one time. I said, no, I'm not going to drive. I'm not going to do it. Not happening. Not doing it. I'm not engaging in wrong. It's not happening. It's not happening. All that it's why I stopped doing bankruptcies. I stopped advertising them anyway. I used to kill them doing bankruptcy. I spent $12,000 a week doing bankruptcies. Loved the money was good. The headache was 10, 20, 30 times bigger. Because all you're doing is dealing with people with code red problems. Man, I stopped doing it. I didn't stop doing it after I got indicted. I didn't stop doing it after I got arrested. I didn't stop doing it after. Ain't none of that ever happened. I just said, you know what? Guess what? I got tons of money over there. I got tons of money over there. I got tons of money over there. This shit right here, I don't need it. I don't. So for a person to be making 50 million and still telling individuals you're not going to eat, you is just I don't know what the heck going on with you. But if they was clocking you for 50 years, all your bank accounts frozen. All your bank accounts frozen. To me, that is just how individuals want to be. Individuals running around with all these narratives about, oh yeah, I gotta, get this money. You got money. 50 million. You got money. 2 million. You got money. But what happens is when people say, I scam, this is how scam thinkers think. I done scammed these mugs out of $1,000. What if I had 10 people? Then I can scam 10 times as much. That's why he had the call center. That's why David Taylor had the call center. That's why he had the call center. He said, if I got 30 people in here, each of these people should make me $1,000 a day. That was going on in his head. That was going on in his head. He said, you got to be able to get this money for me.
We're told to take emergency.
I mean, listen at this again. Listen at this. Listen at this dude. Listen at this. Listen at David Taylor, y'all. Listen at this.
Million in one day. Lord, I also break a stick.
Listen.
Give it to you. And look, he used the scripture towards your emotions. A lot of time it's shame.
We can raise the million in one day. Lord, I also break a stick.
He said we can raise $1 million in one day. That is something that was going in his head. That was something that he was racing. That was something that he was saying to himself, wow, I can make $1 million in a day. I got the 30 people in line. Each people can make this. Every hour I can make this. He had a disease going on in the head. Did you see Dr. Umar Johnson? You see that video he did? Donations. I'm going to play that clip, but I want y'all to finish listening to this. Check this out.
Spirit, because I sense that there's some heavy hitters watching me tonight. There's some people that can give 200,000, 300,000. They can give 50,000, 20,000. They had it saved up. But God, that's a stingy spirit there's a spirit of fear.
This guy covering all the bases. He said that's a stingy person. You saved up all your money. Don't be stingy.
So I break that spirit of stinginess. Some of you are just giving maybe a little money, $10 here, 20, when you know you have thousands of dollars. He says that's a stingy spirit there's a spirit of fear. So I break that.
How do you follow somebody that's dressed like this? Some thug ass nigga on a pulpit. How do you follow somebody that's dressed like this?
Spirit of stinginess. Some of you are just giving maybe a little money, $10 here, 20, when you know you have thousands of dollars. But God, that's a stingy spirit there's a spirit of fear. So I break that spirit of stinginess. Some of you are just giving maybe a little money, $10 here, 20, when you know you have thousands of dollars. He says the 400 million will include having a campus, a main campus on there.
Now he's given the details of he want to buy a campus for 400 million with a 25-foot high TV and all this stuff. He just selling a doctor. He's a dude, Dr. Umar Johnson, the original Umar.
Outdoor televisions, these massive screens that will stand 25 foot in the air high.
Many unbearable hours later.
Also breaking at noon, 2 pastors now facing federal charges in a $50 million labor and money laundering scandal linked to a Houston ministry. An active investigation is happening at the Joshua Media Ministries International, which is
according to the 10-count federal indictment. Taylor and Brannon allegedly forced followers to work in their call centers for little or no pay.
Of course he did. But this is what happens when an individual, when individuals make money and they make money and they didn't earn it. They didn't earn the money, and they will sit there and have you thinking that they will sit there and have you thinking that it's not a racket, it's not money laundering, it's not scamming. Like I don't know how you fix your mouth to say, Hey man, I don't know how anybody fixes their mouth to say, hey man, get those donations up. Get those donations up. What's up? But let's listen to this guy right here. I think y'all know who this is. I think y'all know who this is. Really? Check this out.
Donations, gifts, more gifts.
Tax return. According to each and every tax return for the past 5 years, his organization has collected over $400,000, $405,913 in donations. Now, here's the thing that's a little bit odd. 2 out of the 5 years, this man is claiming that he collected absolutely no money in donations.
You don't find that suspicious?
Dr. Umar Johnson is making a claim that in 2020 and in 2022, he accepted not $1 in donations. Not one. Think about that. A man that just says and brags donations. And then the ball drop, and then not one donation comes. The ball drops again, and then the donations pick up again. That's the perspective he's trying to sell. But the reason why Dr. Umar Johnson is selling that narrative is because he thinks that it don't mean nothing. It's a donation. It don't mean nothing. When people donate and say, hey, this is for the school, it's not like that dude on the corner where you say, he says, I will work for food, take the money and go buy liquor. It's not the same. If I write you a check for $1 and then you take that check and you cash it and go buy you a pack of juju beans and a soda, that's fraud. That's fraud. That is fraud. And listen, I don't feel sorry for these guys. I don't. I don't feel, and I never will understand somebody that just comes on here and beg for donations. I don't understand it. How do you beg for donations and then come on and then walk the streets? It's the same as these chicks that run around here and tell everybody how their life is and everything. How you a black woman. Yeah. Do you know what's associated with your perspective and narrative? Y'all claim that y'all just, it is what it is. You know, I don't feel sorry for these individuals. I really don't. But I'm gonna read some of these comments, then I'm gonna get out of here. Once again, I want to thank my man Deshaun. I'm gonna salute you, my man, again for that $20 via super chat. Use the super chat cat, and my man Rock Fresh for that $2 contribution. My man, thank you, my man. You are also a super chat cat, and salute to you too. I definitely appreciate you guys for being here. Fact said, put some respect on my name. Wow, he says, not worth the headache. That's why I only got one kid. Hey, listen, it's the reason why a pimp, I'm gonna run this back at y'all. It's the reason why a pimp can send a chick out to the streets, multiple chicks out to the streets, have them sell their body and then turn around and give them the money. But you're trying to love a woman and be a father to your child, and you have a headache. This is why I say, I haven't said it in probably a year or two. I want my woman to love me like a prostitute love a pimp. Because I'm not going to treat you right and you treat me like trash. And the pimp got the chick out running the street selling cheeks, and you treat him like a god. Fact said, that pastor sounds like my baby mama. My man Deshaun chimed in. He said, Chris, I can't recall exactly, but there was a video released about 2 to 3 months ago. One of the pastors, Rev of a mega church, was telling the staff to lock the doors. Yeah, that was Mr. Sapp. Mr. Sapp. Yeah, he was telling them to lock the doors. And then he turned around and said, I didn't try to hold them in there. I just said lock the doors. You notice the pattern with these guys just getting locked up or doing jiggy shit? Why is all these pastors fat and husky fat dudes? Why is these pastors, why do pastors that sit up there with a suit and tie on and all that, why are those guys free and in the clear? Why these old jiggy ex-street jiggy dudes, why they are the ones that's getting popped? We'll talk about it. You guys have a good day. I'll check you out tomorrow.